What's going on, guys? Welcome back to 100% NUFC. I hope I find you really well. If you can, please go along and smash that like button. Let's try and get to 15 likes. That would be massively appreciated. It just means that you're enjoying the content, and it also helps me out to try and grow the channel, and more people will find this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Okay, so we're going to talk about Steve Bruce and the 2 games that we've played so far in the Premier League under his tenure as Newcastle United head coach. I've been wanting to do this video for a while now, and I think it's the right opportunity to do so and to talk about the formation. I feel like Steve Bruce has come in and copied Rafa Benitez because he knows that from day one, the minute he got the job, he's under pressure. And I feel like he's copied Rafa Benitez's wing-back system with buying these 5 new players in during the summer, thinking that it's going to work and that he's going to get the fans on board. Now, don't get us wrong. I don't like to see any manager sacked 2 games in, but the way we've played against Norwich and Arsenal haven't been good enough, unacceptable in my opinion. You know, letting in 4 goals and scoring 1, you know, with predominantly 5 at the back, and that's embarrassing. I just feel like it doesn't work, and it's not going to work under Steve Bruce, because Steve Bruce, the way he speaks to players is different to Rafa Benitez. Like, the players last season and the season gone by, they would have listened to Rafa Benitez because he's a born winner. He's tactically sound. He knows how to organise a defence, whereas Steve Bruce, I don't feel he's got that much experience in terms of like Champions League football, managing in the big games. Steve Bruce is your typical Championship manager, and he's not really a winner compared to, you know, Rafa Benitez. Of course, in his playing career, Steve Bruce was good. You know, playing for the likes of Gillingham, Norwich, Manchester United. I won't take that away from him. But in terms of management, Benitez knew how to organise a team and to try and get us, the fans, on board, because we knew that he knows what he's doing. And I think Steve Bruce, being new to Newcastle in terms of a head coach point of view, I think he needs to change the formation. I think he needs to go old school. And what do I mean by old school? He needs to go back to basics, because with the players that were brought in, such as Emil Kraft, you know, they struggled against Norwich on Saturday, and Williams struggled against Arsenal, and they haven't been used to, you know, this wing-back system that we play. And I'm not going to blame them both after 2 games because they're new to the Premier League. And I feel that Steve Bruce needs to go to the likes of 4-4-2 or 4-3-3. That's just my personal opinion. I believe that if we use that formation, it's going to be new to the current squad from last season and the season gone by. It's going to be new to the players that we've already got. Because in the clubs that they've been at, such as Kraft, Williams, Andy Carroll, St-Maximin, they're going to be used to it because they would have used that formation at some point in the clubs that they were at. And I feel like the only way that it's going to save Steve Bruce's job is to actually change the formation, because I think the longer he uses his formation, I feel like it's not going to work. I feel like we need to go 4 at the back if you're using 4-4-2 or 4-3-3, because it's keeping it simple. You know, 2 centre-backs with your left back and your right back. And then if you're going 4-3-3, then obviously have 3 midfielders, or 4-4-2, a left mid and a right mid. I feel like we've got that. Or if you're going to go 4-4-2, have 2 strikers up front, or 4-3-3, go all out attack, which 4-3-3 would work with St-Maximin because he's got the pace. But I feel like if the longer we keep this formation, we're not going to win games, and we're going to continue to get, you know, found out. We are found out because, let's think about it, right? We've got a new coach. Everybody knows that we're playing this wing-back system. And, you know, you can get away with it for a couple of seasons, but every Premier League club now, bar the promoter clubs, well, actually, I say that, Norwich found what out on Saturday at Carrow Road. They knew how to get past us, and we had no answer. And the fact that we're not scoring goals is a little bit, you know, worrying. You know, Norwich City, no disrespect, you know, they deserve to win on Saturday, but to get embarrassed by a Championship club from last season, you wouldn't have known who the Championship club was from last season or who the Premier League club was. And, you know, we've got a lot of work to do. I know Steve Bruce obviously had them doing extra training on Sunday, so he cancelled that day off, which I think is the only right thing to do, because, like I say, we simply weren't good enough on Saturday, and, you know, we need to get back to the drawing board. We need to get back to basics. I know Mutu's come out and said, you know, the formation's all wrong, and so it needs to be done about it. And I think he's right. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, he's not a brilliant player, but for a player to come out and say that, I think fair play to him. And only Steve Bruce, you know, is only going to change the formation on his terms, because he's the head coach, of course. But, you know, other players are coming out and saying the same thing. Pundits are coming out and saying the same thing. Shearer's already got it down as, you know, a relegation, you know, contenders, which at this moment in time, I don't disagree with him. I know it's only early days, we're 2, you know, games into the season, but we've got to make sure that, you know, that we start winning games. And I'm not expecting us to get a result on Sunday against Tottenham, but we'll wait and see on that. I'll do a preview for that one. That'll drop on Friday, so stay tuned for that. But we definitely need to start taking the game to teams and to start having a go. To try and just settle the nerves. I know it's tough for the likes of Joe Linton already missing a couple of sitters, but we need to start bringing better service into the box, and we need to start trying to link up better. Joe Linton can't get any service if Almiron's far too deep. He's a good player, don't get us wrong, as Almiron, but he needs better man management by Steve Bruce, and he's not the same Almiron from last season. It's just like at the minute we're too easy to play against, we're too predictable, and I think we need to be unpredictable. We need to be hard to beat. We need to be defensively organised. We need to be communicating in that midfield. We need to be communicating up front. And I do apologise, I am recording on the phone, low battery. But the point is, we need to be better. Otherwise, I give Steve Bruce 6 months to sort it out. But if he doesn't do any of these changes, then I feel like he's going to lose his job halfway through that 6 month, which could be around about November time. But we'll have to wait and see. Let us know down below in the comments what formation you would change, or would you keep the formation? Let us know. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening, as it gets a little bit windy around here. And don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you all later. How are the lads?